Mamdani at the White House. Trump thought he could outsmart Mamdani, but the internet says otherwise. And the reaction to this historic meeting has already broken the internet. It was supposed to be routine political theater. A former president staging dominance, a rising New York mayor-elect stepping cautiously into the Oval Office for a photo op that could easily be spun, mocked, or dismissed. But from the moment Zohran Mamdani walked through the White House doors, something shifted. The atmosphere felt electric, unpredictable, almost cinematic, the kind of moment that makes the internet hold its breath. Trump believed he had the advantage. He had the room, the spotlight, the legacy of being America's most polarizing political entertainer. Mamdani Mamdani, a democratic socialist, an unexpected insurgent, a man Trump had once dismissed as a radical nobody. It felt like a setup, a stage where Trump could dominate with jokes, jabs, and charm. But what followed blindsided nearly everyone watching. Instead of bending, Mamdani balanced. Instead of flinching, he disarmed. Instead of being overshadowed, he became the story. The encounter, once expected to be a clash, transformed into a negotiation, a performance, a viral political crossover episode that nobody had scripted. Within minutes, the internet detonated with memes, reactions, and thousands of posts declaring one clear winner. And it wasn't Trump. A meeting nobody saw coming. Donald Trump and Zohran Mamdani, a former president turned reality star-in-chief and a fresh-faced Democratic Socialist mayor-elect of New York City. Their rivalry had been sharp, almost theatrical. Trump once called Mamdani a 100% communist lunatic. Mamdani, for his part, didn't mince words either, labeling Trump a despot and warning that New York would be Trump-proofed under his leadership. And yet, in a twist that shocked both political pundits and social media scrollers, the two met in the Oval Office, not to fight, but to cooperate. On November 21st, 2025, they sat across from each other in a surprisingly warm encounter, united by a shared mission, tackling New York's affordability crisis. The optics of power. Who's winning? The image was surreal. Pictures of Mamdani standing next to Trump's desk, with Trump smiling upward, flooded social media within minutes. For a man who once called him a communist, Trump seemed charmed. He praised Mamdani's race and even promised federal support for his agenda. "I expect to be helping him, not hurting him, a big help," Trump told reporters. Meanwhile, Mamdani, known for his fiery campaign speeches, emphasized that while they disagreed on many things, they also shared a purpose in serving New Yorkers. The message was clear. Mamdani played it smart. He didn't walk into this meeting to score cheap media points. He came in to negotiate. Shared ground, affordability, and crime. If there was one issue that bridged their ideological divide, it was the cost of living. Mamdani framed the meeting explicitly around what he calls New York's cost of living crisis, citing rent, groceries, utilities, and poverty as core challenges. Trump echoed similar concerns, noting that some of his ideas are really the same ideas that I have. But it wasn't just about groceries and rents. Crime also came up. Trump, who often emphasizes law and order, and Mamdani, advocating progressive solutions, agreed on the need to make New York safer. For a moment, the ideological distance blurred. They weren't enemies, but negotiating partners. The media moment. Viral lines and viral laughs. Things took an even more viral turn when a reporter asked Mamdani if he still believed Trump was a fascist. Before Mamdani could fully respond, Trump interjected with a grin. "That's okay. You can just say yes. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind." Mamdani smiled, briefly paused, and said simply, "Yes." That exchange lit up social media. Many joked that Trump had owned Mamdani in a funny, soft way. Others saw it as a show of genuine political reset. Some even praised Mamdani's poise. He had turned a heated ideological moment into diplomatic theater. The internet reacts. Charm offensive wins hearts. Social platforms exploded. One viral Reddit thread read, "Mamdani got Trump to back off. Trump even seems to like him." Users praised Mamdani's happy warrior charisma, his unflappable warmth, even in the face of intense scrutiny. Others called the optics a slam dunk. "Find somebody who looks at you like Donald looks at Mamdani," tweeted one user. Some speculated Mamdani's strategy was genius, channeling his election momentum, tempering his rhetoric just enough to win Trump's respect without selling out. The consensus: Trump underestimated him. Power plays beneath the civility. It wasn't all sunshine. Observers noted that Trump's shift might be more transactional than heartfelt. Republican figures like Marjorie Taylor Greene remain wary. According to Axios, conservative operatives could still weaponize Mamdani, even as Trump praises him publicly. Mamdani, for his part, has drawn criticism for steering the conversation away from some of his more radical pledges, pivoting instead to moderate working-class policy. On foreign policy, too, Mamdani reiterated critiques of U.S. support for human rights abuses abroad, including Gaza, but he quickly refocused on New York's economic crisis. The meeting may have broken conventional political lines, but for many it's still a high-stakes negotiation. What this means? A new political template? Trump thought he could outsmart Mamdani, maybe even embarrass him in a one-on-one meeting. Instead, the meeting flipped the script. What started as a moment of political theater has now become a symbol. Two polar opposites finding common ground under the White House roof. For Mamdani, this is more than a photo op. It's a message to his base and to Washington. He's not just a firebrand manifesting socialist dreams. He's a negotiator, a pragmatist, and a rising political force. For Trump, it might be a calculated embrace, a way to stay relevant, show flexibility, and perhaps recast himself as a unifier. But the internet's verdict is tempting to trust. Mamdani didn't just charm Trump, he outplayed him. And in a world where political theater often drowns out substance, that may be his most powerful move yet. In the aftermath of the Oval Office meeting, something extraordinary lingered in the air. An unmistakable shift that no pollster or pundit had predicted. Trump walked into the room believing he held all the advantage. A former president with global name recognition, a veteran of media manipulation, a man who built his career on outmaneuvering opponents in front of cameras. Mamdani, in Trump's vision, would be just another upstart he could disarm or co-opt with a smile and a soundbite. But what unfolded was something entirely different. Mamdani didn't just enter the White House, he redefined the space. He carried into that room the confidence of a movement, the clarity of a mission larger than himself, and the political dexterity to navigate a conversation with a man who thrives on chaos. Trump expected an ideological fight he could win. Mamdani offered diplomacy, discipline, and a kind of earnestness that disarmed even the most seasoned political operatives. And the cameras caught it all. For the first time in years, Trump wasn't the one dominating the optics. Instead, the internet crowned a new victor. Memes, analysis threads, and reaction videos all pointed to the same conclusion. Mamdani wasn't intimidated. He was strategically unshakable. In an era when candidates often rise by shouting louder, Mamdani's calm presence and surgical clarity became a form of power on its own. This was more than a viral moment. It was a demonstration of political evolution,